I'd like to say thank you to all the servicemen, past, present, and future. Especially those men and women who have joined us today for your service to our country. This speech is dedicated to the memory of all those service members and to their families that have supported them through their service. We would not be here today to enjoy the freedom that we have as this great nation without them. Thank you. Also deserving recognition today is Mayor Hicks and those that have helped him for this wonderful parade and this gathering in honor of our servicemen. I personally want to thank Mayor Hicks for this opportunity to wear a uniform I haven't put on for 10 years. It appears to have shrunk in storage. The time was May of 1868, post-Civil War America, and it was a time of healing to honor the tens of thousands of soldiers who died in service during our great Civil War, both Union and Confederate. Decoration Day was started. In 1967, nearly 100 years later, this day was renamed what we know it as Memorial Day. This was not just a day to begin the summer season, if it ever begins. This is a day we recognize those that have sacrificed the most. Did you know that since the Civil War, that literally millions of Americans have died in service to our nation? And they continue to serve our nation today. That number does not include the sacrifice of the families of those who were lost in war. The parents, the wives, the children, the friends, and the fellow service members are all part of that sacrifice. There is not one among us who does not know the meaning of the loss of someone we care for. It is this day that is given to those brave soldiers who did not come home to their families, to their jobs, or to their communities. Many of those communities are much like our community, just like Huron County, where the loss of one affects all of us. We have before us reminders of those who have served, and I stand amongst that reminder, the memorial to those soldiers. These heroes not only gave their lives for us, but for those they served with. Soldiers and service members understand the risks they take in service to our nation. They know when they are called to duty, they must protect each other in battle. And we might ask why. General MacArthur said it best to his fellow soldiers at his retirement. Duty, honor, country. Those three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, and what you will be. Soldiers serve their nation because they deeply believe in what they do. Their service protects our way of life. For many of us who have served as soldiers, our nation, our town, our homes, our families is the most precious value we have. We must never forget the sacrifice these soldiers gave for us. Past generations of little-known heroes have served, and untold generations will serve because of this sense of duty, honor, and country. Many, if not most Americans, have not served our nation as part of our armed forces. This day allows all Americans to take time to show respect to those who have given their lives for us today. We must enjoy the blessings of freedom and liberty and the sacrifice they made, or it will have been wasted. We should enjoy all those benefits that have resulted. This is our day to give back to those brave men and women some of what they have given us. Nothing I can say about the loss of those heroes can match what President Lincoln said at Gettysburg. There's a part of that speech I'd like to share with you today. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who have fought so bravely for us and nobly advanced. It is us that should be dedicated to the great task remaining, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Your attendance today is deeply appreciated by all those who have had lost ones in the war. May God bless you. May God bless America. Thank you very much.